All right, what's up, guys? If you're returning, I want to say, thank you for returning again for another video. And if you are, new, please make sure that you subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you can get notified when I post more videos. And this week we are talking about, a common phrase that is said when you go to church that is not about you. I really want to discuss that phrase. So stay tuned so that you can hear the message.
Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
All right, what's up, guys? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is when you watch this video, just make it apply. I'm actually talking to you in the car right now. But hopefully all of you guys have been having a really good week, that you've been staying in positive energy. And of course, if you need anything, you can hit me up. That's going to be on Instagram. It's Rashad King 2017. And I'm going to make it easy for you, like I've always made it every week, is that all you have to do is go in the description, click on the link, and it'll take you straight to my page. And also remember, guys, that you can go to my website, psfitness.net. I'll also have the link in the description if you want to get your amethyst stones. I also have spiritual kits, and then it's information about life coaching services for in case you just need somebody to talk to help you through your rough time if you're feeling stuck. All right, guys, so let's talk about the topic for this week. One of the things, if you go to church, one of the sayings they always say is that it's not about you, and that saying, I always thought about it even when I was as a kid, I'm like that, that don't make sense. This is your life, and even when you look at, the philosophy and everything behind it is that, if you're a Christian, the only reason that Jesus came to this earth was because of you, so you got to keep that in mind. He came, and the thought behind it is that he came and he died on Calvary and suffered all of this stuff, and it was because of you. That things wasn't right, that things wasn't the way that it was supposed to be, and so God sent His Son to straighten everything out, and it wasn't for God's benefit. It's you can care less if you're the highest being, if you have all power and all knowledge. So it wasn't for His benefit, nor was it for Jesus' benefit. It was for your benefit. And so one of the things that I want people to start saying that, it is, you have to consider you. It's all about you. It's just not about anybody else. It's about you. And when you realize that this life is about you, you take accountability and you take responsibility for your life, and you stop putting it on everything else. When you realize that it's about you, you stop allowing people to run your life and to tell you what your destiny is, tell you what you are supposed to be doing, tell you what type of relationship that you are supposed to be in. You stop allowing people to deny yourself and to oppress yourself and to, put all of these burdens and everything on you, and then having you in a mindset of, self-sabotaging and all of these self-condemning behaviors. When you start realizing that this life is about you, you get your power back. You can still be tapped, in the spiritual realm, still knowing that it's all about you. This is your life. God will send down everything that you need, angels and, whatever else that you believe in, positive energy. You will have that thing all around you and supporting you when you realize that this is your life and this is a life that you have to live, that you were given purpose. And you have to find out what that purpose is, and you have to live that purpose. So stop, saying such a nonchalant, saying that can easily kind of get, that it gets purpose and everything off of you, and it gets responsibility and it gets accountability off of you, because now you're just like, oh, well, it's not about me. It's all about God. Whatever God want me to have, he'll give it to me. If he want me to have that job, he'll allow me to have that job. If he want me to have this type of friends, he'll let me have that friends. No, you got to get in the mindset that this is your life and it's all about you. So stop waiting and thinking that everything in the spiritual realm is just going to do everything for you. No, you need to find out what your life purpose is. You need to find out what are the things that you really like. You need to find out, your identity, your sexuality and everything else. You need to find those things out and stop just leaving it tossed in the wind, and whatever spirit grab it, or whatever person grab it and tell you who you are, then that's what you choose to be. No, take accountability and responsibility for your life and realize that this life is all about you. You are 3 parts. You are a body, you are a soul, and you are a spirit. Everything is not going to be in the spiritual realm. Everything is not going to be, mixed up in spirituality. You still have a body and soul, and that body and soul need to be managed and need to be and it needs to be groomed, and you need to put it in an area of growth, just like you do your spirituality, which is your spirit. And so, just really, that's the one thing that I really want people to keep in mind this week, that it's all about you. So take your power back. Stop allowing people to run your life. It's so many people that is miserable, that they don't like the choices that other people are making in their lives, but they are staying in it and self-condemning themselves. And then they are allowing it to come to a physical level by overeating, because now you're depressed, or you're self-medicating yourself because now you're depressed and you're lonely because you're trying to live a life for somebody else. You're trying to please your parents, you're trying to please friends, you're trying to please some type of relative or someone that claim that they love you. But, you have to get out of that mindset and get out of that weakness and really go into the power that you were destined for. You really need to go deep within and attach yourself to, the self-identity. Before you even, get to the spiritual realm, you should have some type of level of identity of who you are and what it is that you're going to stand for. Guys, take accountability and responsibility for your life. Stop giving the keys to somebody else. Stop allowing somebody else to drive and to make all of these decisions for you. And then you're just dealing with the consequence of somebody else's actions, even though it's your life. Like, you have to stop this silliness. There's so many people that get married to somebody that they really don't want to get married to, but the only reason they are doing it is because they are allowing someone else to live their life for them. That, honestly, it's like they don't even have a soul or a spirit, that you just have a body. You just have a vehicle, and the other person is your soul and spirit, because you're denying both. When you allow somebody else to run your life and to control your life like that, you're not tapping into either or. You're not tapping into your soul, nor are you tapping into your spirit. You're just allowing somebody else to rule. And the only thing you have is a body. And trust me, if they can control that, they will probably get that from you as well. So guys, just this week, remember, it's all about you. It's about you. Take this time and consider, what is it that you like? What is it that you want to do? How is it that you want your life to be shaped? What is it that you really believe? Before anybody else got up in your head, before anybody else told you some type of negative perception and they reflected what they believe and their philosophies on you, before all of that stuff happened, what was it that you really wanted? You know what I'm saying? Those are the things that you really have to consider this week. Get people out of your mind. Get people out of your life. Stop putting yourself in a position that you are waiting and begging for somebody to accept you, and waiting for begging for somebody to acknowledge you. You don't do that. You live your life and you walk in your truth. You walk in your ways by tapping into self-identification, by tapping into self-love, self-acceptance, self-worth, self-respect. And when you tap into those things and you truly do the things that you want to do, and you just go out there, you force people that you're either going to accept me or you can go by the wayside. But you're not falling into this victim mentality that you're altering who you are so that they can stay in your life. That you're altering and that you're denying who you truly are just so that you can please somebody else. No one is above you. No one. Point blank, period. That's the phrase that a lot of people is using. Nobody is above you. So that's the thing that you really have to remember. You are the most important person in your life. So stop allowing people to run your life and stop allowing people to come up with phrases that can manipulate you and control you. That, yes, your spirituality is great and it's something that you should tap into. And yes, if you believe in God, of course, he's the King of Kings, Lord of Lords, and this is the person that you're supposed to be reigning over your life. But even with him, he never gets to the point that he completely denies you. He gives you everything that you need. And like I said, he sent his son and everything else for you. So stop saying that it's not about you. It is about you. Appreciate who you are, celebrate who you are, acknowledge who you are, and walk into your power and never allow anybody else to get you out of your power. It's all about you. That's the one thing that I want you to just keep repeating today. When you look in the mirror, on your way to work, once you enter your home, once you leave your home, everywhere you go, I want you to start saying that it's all about you. Because when you really think about it and you attach yourself to logic, you really realize that it really is all about you and nobody else. You are the most important thing, King. And that's the one thing that I want you to realize this week. All right, guys, make sure you subscribe. And if you have any questions, you can hit me up on Instagram.